It has come time for me to have a proper look at this Nezumi watch. It's a brand I came across several years ago actually, when I was part of what is called like a pass around, when several watch nerds send a watch around for all his friends to try out. So I remember I tried 2 different versions of them, but now we are gonna check it out more properly, and we're checking out this Tonnerre Chronograph. And it comes in this neat little box. It's not as large as some boxes are, but when you open it up, you get this manual or kind of instruction, whatever you call it. And it shows here what tonnerre means. Tonnerre is actually French for thunder. There's some instructions and information about the movement, and that's about it. But let's get closer to the watch. And the box, of course, comes in another box. Nothing crazy in the watch world. I mean, a box in a box. Totally natural. So here it's a quite small, neat looking box where the watch actually is inside. And here you will have a first look at the Tonnerre Chronograph from Nezumi. And this is actually their newly released Tonnerre in this monochrome kind of color code. And the reference is gonna be TQ2.302. Yeah, long number, but that's what you need to look for if you want this specific watch. At our first glance, I think this is a really nice looking watch. I mean, the trend of having retro inspired watches with new specifications is strong, and I'm happy to see this is also created by this Swedish watch brand. And this Swedish watch brand was created 2011. Actually, they didn't do watches until 2015. It was founded by David Campo, the guy that we got in contact with for this review actually. It's always great to have a chat with the founder to really get the spirit of the brand. And David, he's got a super interesting resume within the fashion industry, and that is what comes alive in his design in the Nezumi watches. So let's run through the specifications. First thing, as you might notice actually when I started the chronograph before, is the movement. Yeah, it is the Seiko VK63 Mecha-quartz. It's a movement that is somewhat popular, I would say, but I actually have to say that I'm quite surprised that it isn't even more used in this kind of price range for watches. And why is that? Yeah, because I think it actually brings the best out of both worlds. You get the really handy and easy to handle movement with the quartz part, but then you also get this nice feature of a chronograph that is actually flowing and not ticking. So I really think it's a movement that brings the best out of both worlds. But let's focus on the strap for a little bit. It is this genuine leather strap with this stitching on the top and the bottom. It is really sturdy, it's quite robust. It's not one of these really thin ones, but it's neither too thick as some of like the Panerai straps can be. So I think we found a good balance here of the thickness. On the back of the lower part is actually also the Nezumi logo, and we do have this quick release system. I think everyone should use this, and I think it's so popular nowadays that you barely can have a watch without it, because I think it brings a lot to the watch, making it way more versatile. Backside we'll talk more about later, but I think that is absolutely spectacular. Looking at this case without the strap, I think is my favorite part of this movie, because here you can truly see the case. You can see the different polishes, and you can really see the lugs and how they are kind of polished to the side, and you will see the true shape of it. When having the watch like this, you truly see the design. You see the lugs, as I said before, but you also see the bezel, how big it is, and also the polishes on the case. As I said before, the lugs are quite nice. I think they actually remind me a little bit of the Speedmaster lugs that are kind of polished and shaped similar in this way. Looking closely at the dial, you will see this telemeter scale. Yeah, it's somewhat different from like a tachymeter that you normally see on a lot of chronograph watches. The telemeter actually is used to determine the distance between you and the watch and something else that could be seen or heard. So, for example, the thunder. Another thing I love to show on chronograph watches is the second hand rappelling back. Just goes so fast and it's really satisfying to watch. So the specification: brushed 316L stainless steel. We got a push pull down crown and a diameter of the watch of 38mm, lug to lug 45.5, thickness 10.5 and lug width 20mm. The thickness is added 1.5mm with the Sapphire case, but that's about it. The watch is also featured with LumiNova, as many other watch brands do, and this LumiNova that they're using is the Swiss grade X1 Super-LumiNova. So this one is gonna light up quite good in the dark, we can tell you for sure. Also, it's water resistance to 5 ATM, which is 50 meters. Good, but I don't think you should dive with this watch. We haven't talked about the backside so much, even though I think it is a level up to many other brands that we see. You can see the standard information about the movement and kind of the steel, etc. But also this design and also the slogan of creating bonds, which Nezumi kind of speaks about, I think is cool to see. But let's get this watch on my wrist. To do that, we need to put the strap back on, and as we said before, it has this quick release system which makes it quite easy to just put this on. I do think that this watch could be worn on a lot of different straps. I think leather straps mainly suits it, but maybe you could actually check it out on like a NATO strap or something like that to really bring out this vintage look even stronger. But putting it on my wrist, it feels comfortable. The strap is quite sturdy, as I said before. I have a 16.5 centimeter wrist, and I think 38mm fits me perfect. So please let us know what you think. Do you think this is a nice design, and do you think it actually fits my wrist? Because with this we would like to wrap up this video, and I hope you liked what you've seen. We again thanks Nezumi for letting us try this watch. We give you a last shot of how the watch looks out in the daylight. It's snow where I live, but it really pops up this contrast together with the watch. Make sure to subscribe, and thanks again for watching. See you guys soon again.